Today we will talk about top 5 ski resorts in France. Whatever your taste in skiing, winter activities, or lodging may be, there's a place for you in the French Alps. And wherever you go, one thing you can be sure of is spectacular mountain scenery. Ratings of resorts by various sources can be confusing because some list by individual resorts, while others list by groups of nearby mountains, known as ski domains. For example, Courchevel, Marable, and Val Thorens may be grouped together as Les Trois Vallées, the Three Valleys. Here, we show individual resorts separately when they have enough terrain and enough facilities to stand alone as a top destination for a ski holiday. 1. Courchevel. Les Trois Vallées, Three Valleys, is a group of interlinked ski resorts that make up the world's largest alpine ski domain, and Courchevel is the largest and most famous of these resorts. Courchevel's 60 lifts give skiers and riders access to 150 kilometers of alpine runs and provide links to 600 kilometers. In the Three Valleys, encompassing 10 summits with altitudes above 2,500 meters. 4 meters of annual snowfall and expert grooming keeps trails in top condition for all levels of skier. 3 new 10-person gondolas will increase the carrying capacity of the Three Valleys lift system. Each of the resort's 5 separate villages has good places for beginners to practice and intermediates to hone their skills. In all, 23% of Courchevel's pistes are green for beginners and 35% are for intermediates. Beginner areas are always located next to at least one free chairlift. Magnetic vests for children are an added safety precaution on lifts. Expert skiers come here especially for the off-piste terrain and for the couloirs corridors and black steeps studded with moguls. The average pitch of the new Eclipse slope in Courchevel, which hosted the 2023 World Championships, is 30%. Tree skiing is also superb, especially on the Jockeys and Jean Blanc pistes, or test your mettle on the former World Cup downhill run, Jean Blanc. In addition to the skiing, Courchevel is famous for its posh atmosphere and upscale lodges, 5-star and luxury boutique hotels. And Michelin-starred dining, 7 restaurants here have earned stars. You never know who you might see here. This is one of the favorite places where celebrities ski in France. Elsewhere in Les Trois Vallées domain, with last year's opening of the Three Valleys Express link between Arles and Val Thorens. Skiers can now reach the 3,200-meter point on Cime Caron from Arles in only 20 minutes. 2. Val d'Isère and Espace Killy. Val d'Isère is part of the vast Espace Killy, named for Olympic triple gold medal winner Jean-Claude Killy, who grew up skiing on these mountainsides. Val d'Isère shares this terrain, covering a high valley surrounded by 3,000-plus meter peaks, with the smaller neighboring resort of Tignes. More than 150 lifts carry skiers and riders to 300 kilometers of terrain, all of it above an elevation of 1,550 meters. Lift capacity continues to increase, last season with 2 new 6-person high-speed detachable chairlifts replacing smaller lifts. The altitude, coupled with heavy snowfall and Europe's largest snow-making capacity, means a long ski season with top conditions. Skiing on the Glacier du Pissayas usually extends the season through June. The variety and number of trails allow skiers of all skills plenty of choices, enough to fill several days of skiing without repeating a run. Even beginning skiers can enjoy the high mountain views usually reserved for the more experienced, thanks to the new Travelator. An enclosed magic carpet at the top of a gondola, accessing a gentle high-altitude slope. More than 20 black runs challenge experts, but it's the superb off-piste skiing that brings extreme skiers to Val d'Isère. The 45-degree north face of Pramacou and the above timber-lined snowfields of Tignes are expert favorites. Val d'Isère has plenty of restaurants and lodging close to the lifts. 3. Chamonix. It is not surprising that ski terrain on the slopes of the tallest mountain in the Alps should be known as expert territory. Chamonix is on the 4,807-meter Mont Blanc, and adding to its legendary status, was the site of the first Winter Olympics. The first Olympians might recognize the stunning scenery but not the world-class infrastructure that has since grown around it. Although Chamonix is known, and rightly, for its superb expert terrain and off-piste skiing, that's not to say that all skiers can't find plenty of snow to call their own. A high-altitude location, aided by the cooling effect of 4 glaciers, gives it some of the best snow conditions in the Alps. Chamonix spreads over several ski villages, and the best beginner terrain is at La Tour, at the north end of the valley in the Domaine de Balme, where gentle slopes are perfect for beginners. Gentle pistes at family-friendly Les Houches wind through forests. There is a new beginners area at Lognan, but skiers just gaining their confidence will find some terrain at any of the various areas, as will intermediates. But Chamonix really shines in expert terrain. Expert runs at Grands Montets offer the greatest height differential in the world, dropping from 3,300 meters to 1,235 meters in a heart-stopping short time. The Verte Piste, used for World Cup races, is 3.5 kilometers of steeps and jumps. 4. Les Arcs and La Plagne. In the Tarentaise Valley, La Plagne and its neighboring resorts of Les Arcs and Paisy-Valandry comprise the après-ski area, France's third largest linked ski domain. The combined terrain offers 425 kilometers of runs at between 1,200 meters and 3,226 meters altitude. La Plagne is primarily a resort for intermediate and beginning skiers and is a favorite for families. The gentle upper slopes are on a plateau and become steeper as they enter the forest on both faces. With few runs for beginners, the steeper terrain at Les Arcs is a paradise for experienced intermediate skiers, with high open runs and sheltered woodland trails at lower altitudes. Experts will find long black runs and off-piste terrain. Inexperienced skiers should be prepared for long narrow catwalks on blue runs here, and some of the reds are straight fall line runs. 5. Morzine and Avariaz in Ports du Soleil. 7 ski resorts in France and 5 in Switzerland make up the Ports du Soleil domain, several of them interconnected by lifts and pistes that make cross-border skiing easy. A further convenience is a region-wide ticket that includes all 12 resorts, a total of 660 kilometers of slopes and 197 ski lifts. The best known on the French side are the adjacent Morzine and Avariaz resorts. Avariaz's 75 kilometers of trails are largely red and blue for intermediates, with a smattering of beginner and expert pistes. Boarders flock here for 5 different terrain parks and a superpipe. 2 parks are designed especially for kids. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.